Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be making a few birthday cards, or we're going to be assembling or putting together. I've already stamped out the image and we're going to be using this image. It's Cassie and it's Tiny Fashionista, and it just says happy birthday to my favorite diva, to my favorite little lady. And you see, I'm sure everyone has experienced this at some point as a child, putting on your parents' shoes and jewelry. My little one puts on my shoes and my dad's shoes, and he walks around in them. And I don't wear heels or whatever, so he wears my sneakers. So we're gonna pull out this Ooh La La paper pad, and I think this came out last year, either the year before last. So I don't know if Michaels will bring this back. And but I don't think, I've never seen them bring like paper pads back. All they do is build on them, because I think it's another paper pad that has a Parisian theme, and they just build on it with this paper pad. And so since the little girl has on those high heels, I was thinking that I could just pull out a few sheets of this. I don't know if I have more than one, so I don't want to use all of it up on cards. I have some other projects that I want to make, so we're going to use this one, which is like perfume. Oh, those are bottles of wine. Yep. Sometimes when you age, you need wine, right? When you have birthdays. I know this year when I originally was planning on going to a crop, but that didn't work out. So I'm definitely going to do something with my family, and we'll probably go out to eat. I know this is going to sound really like boo 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 in a bad way, but I love going out to like Olive Garden and Red Lobster for like family gatherings, because I think the prices are fairly sensible versus going out and not getting what you want. Also, it's a place called Brio Grill. It's so delicious. They have great Italian food, in my opinion. It doesn't compare to Italy, but it's pretty decent Italian food. And I just did a quick flip through for you, just in case you forgot how beautiful this paper look. I like that one. I know a lot of people do projects with those little eyelashes, and I can never seem to figure out what I want to do with that. So I got this shoe, the heels, since the little girl is wearing heels. And then this one says, it's Friday, gorgeous, looking good, always gorgeous, I deserve shoes, you deserve, make everything better, Paris. So I think this would be a cute little back as well. And then we have this, and I don't know how many cards I'm going to make, but I'm going to cut at least 5 things out, maybe six bases out. Get 6 bases and 6 cards fronts. All right, so we have these sheets, these pre-scored papers. I'm just gonna put these out like this green and teal, I think will go good together. So we're gonna do 6. I try not to mess with these too much, the white one or the cream one at the very beginning, only because I feel like I can use those in other projects. So call me Chinchy if you like. And I think this will go well with that one. Even this one, because it has this little pop of green in it. So there's 2. So I pulled out 7 of these little cards. So we have 3 pinks and 4 green blues. So now I'm just going to cut these bases down. Excuse me, the card fronts. And since I want the card to be seen a little, even though it's plain, what I've done is just cut what I do now, since I've been using the cards bases and the card fronts, I just cut it down 4 by 5 1/4, so you can see just a small amount, because you know the cards are usually 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I just do half of those measurements for the halves, and since it's 4 1/2, I just do 4 inches. So something I've recently started doing is only cutting what I need, and I know that may sound odd, but so I need 7 card front, so I just cut out 7, and I knew I was only going to use 1 strip from my 12 by 12, so I only just cut out 4 inches from that. With the green, the shoes, the teal or green shoes, I just went ahead and cut those in 4 strips, and then these are basically this is my scraps, And I could definitely can use something with this. I can make, what was I gonna say? I could do a little tag, like I can punch a hole in this right here and make it a little banner tag if I wanted to. Or, you know, you can stamp a sentiment on here, or you can make this a band for like a little book, as I like to just glue the edges, and then you can make it a tuck spot. So that's something to keep in mind whenever you have your scraps. I know a lot of people scrap their scraps, or shop your scraps. So, you know, just always something to keep in mind. But with these two pieces, what I will do is I'm going to just put it back inside of my paper pad, and then I'll put the paper pad back up where my paper pads are housed and stored. So just like, you know, I just tuck it in, can't see, but I'll just tuck it in right there, and then I'm good to go with that. I really do like those wine bottles, so I'll probably be, you'll see some of this later in the year, I guess. You'll be seeing this throughout. So now we're going to go ahead and stamp out some images. All right, it's not a good card making session unless I do something crazy, like drop something on my hand, get ink on my fingers or something, and that's what I did. I want to use this Spectrum Noir Sparkle to put on the heels. And I was checking it to see if it was still filled with ink or whatever's in here to make it sparkle, and it got all over everything. So yeah, you see it's dripping now. So hopefully this does not turn into a disaster, which it looks like it is. Sometimes you just gotta stick with what you know. Gel pens, right? So we're gonna go ahead and color. I am going to batch color the images, so that just means I'm gonna, I guess, assembly line color them like I did the skin tone of all the little girls. And now I'm going to do like the shoes and the dress. I think I'll do the pearls around her neck last. So any boo-boos that I may have when I color the dress, I guess, or maybe I need to do the pearls before that. I don't know. We'll see. So how have you all been? How's your year going? Any major things you want to get accomplished, completed? I have a few projects that I am mentally working on. So, you know, once I mentally work on them, then I physically start to work on them. So like this little project was in my head to do, but I really want to, I have another one. It's about a fairy godmother. I want to do that one. Let's see. Yeah, let's just put this over here for now. I really want to do that, but I decided to do this one. I can do that for another month. I'm almost finished. I originally signed up for the group I'm in. I signed up last April for the card swap, and I am you know, I contacted the coordinator and was like, you know, after March I'm done, so I don't even want, you know, to receive any for my birthday from the group. I just want, you know, to do my whole complete year. And it's been a wonderful experience. I've learned a lot of different card making ideas, but it's time to kick in high gear what I really want to, you know, focus on, which is making cards and making crafts to make income. So it's been interesting. You know, I still will participate in, like, they have different types of swaps and things like that. I'll do that, but I won't feel so obligated to figure out a card to create every month, because for the last however long I've been in it, since April, I've been trying to create a different card every month. And then, as you all know, July, I said, was just a horrible month for me, and it kind of went downhill, and I got behind. I just felt so bad because, I'm quite sure every lady didn't send a card to me that I've sent a card to. But then, like, at the end of the month, like October, November, I started getting returned cards. Not because they didn't want the cards, but the addresses were incorrect, and that made me feel bad. So all I'm doing is giving a little girl a sparkly hair bow and making whoever shoes she's wearing shimmer and shine. That's what little kids are attracted to: bright colors, shiny objects. So if your kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews are ever attracted to something, you're like, why do you like that? It's usually the colors. And usually it's like bold primary colors. I know that's an odd thing to see, but it's like the basic colors that we like and enjoy, but it's just grander. Because if you ever notice that, look at any of the kid shows that they may watch, they're all basic colors. They're just bold and bright, and a lot of them. So they may take a red and make it a little bit lighter red, and throw some glitter or sparkly stuff in there, and there you go. Whereas I think for when I was growing up, and it's so interesting, like the big room and I was talking about singing cartoons. He said they didn't have none of that mess when we was growing up, because he's like, he doesn't like one of the characters' voices that sings. I'm like, you're not home every day to even, worry about that. And I think the little kid has a lovely little singing voice. Now, some cartoons that I watch, I'm just like, how is this the lead singer of this little cartoon? But, it is what it is. We watch it, and at this point, I've actually learned how to ignore the cartoons, even though I'm sitting there with him watching them. And I think he got this from his mom. Like, I don't really need to watch the TV. I just need to have the TV on, like, for background noise, because he's playing everything else. But as soon as I change it, he senses that I've changed the channel, and he's upset. I'm not even sure why he gets mad, because, I always tell him he's not in charge of anything. We run this. We just pretend like he's in charge. But ultimately, you want your kids to be happy. To a certain point, though, right? You want them to be happy, but you want them to know, well, I want him to know that, I can't speak for anyone else when I say this, any other parent or people in life, because some people, their kids do run the show, or they are in charge of whatever. But I want him to know that, just because he cries and wants something doesn't mean he's going to get it all the time. His dad struggles with that when we go out to eat or whatever. And usually we just go to the Chinese restaurant, because they have buffet and they have a lot of different seafood items, and I like seafood. But, he struggles with that, because he's like getting up and running around. And I'm like, kids are supposed to do that. So, like, I don't get upset with him when he's trying to be a kid, because that's what he is. But when I tell him to sit down because we're getting ready to eat, I want him to, follow those instructions and sit his little self down. So that's the only thing that I have an issue with, because you can't expect for a child to act like an adult. They're going to act like what they are, a child. Some adults haven't even mastered adulting yet. So for, people to think that a 3-year-old is going to sit still for an hour, it's crazy. people's attention span isn't even an hour long. So, it's a misconception that, your child's going to sit there the whole time. That's why people get up and walk their kids around or take them outside and let them do stuff, because they need to. It's like a reset. And kids, I think they said it's like 30 seconds, if that. If you ever tried to sit an hour long somewhere and you were successful without falling asleep, thinking about something else, fidgeting, shaking your leg, moving, let me know. Most people don't even stay still in their sleep for an hour. So, to assume that your child or a kid is going to sit still for a whole hour or 30 minutes or however long you're sitting, it's crazy. That's just ludicrous to think something like that. So I don't get upset with him when he's doing that, running around and wants to run around and wants to be a kid. So I'll give him my phone and let him watch TV on it, because we want to enjoy our dining experience, and we want other people to enjoy their dining experience. But if he gets up and runs around, I'm just like, sit down. My concern is people steal kids. Especially here, it seems like people are stealing and beating and burying the kids. Like, I don't watch the news, so I don't know what's going on in the world for the most part. I will see news lines and clips when I log into the internet or whatever. I see people debating about what the president should or should not be doing. And I really don't have any comment on there. My thoughts are definitely different than some. So when it comes to politics, religion and sex, I try to stay out of it. Even like what people wear and how they dress, whatever makes people happy when it comes to that. I try not to voice too much of my opinion, because I don't want to get into a debate with people about things. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and sometimes I think we should just keep our opinions out of it. So that's what I try to do for the most part. I really love these little markers. These are Firefly alcohol markers from Momentous, the company that I guess produces them. I don't know how that works, because I think for whatever reason it seems like 1 month a company is under a certain brand, and then the next month is not. Like, if you've been to Michael's, you see those dyes that they had, the cutting dyes, they were in packaging one way, and then they took that line off, and then 3 months later the same dyes were back in stock with a different brand, different name on there. So I don't know. I don't keep up with that. I just want to use what I want to use when I want to use it for whatever success I need to get my project completed and look pretty. If you color and make cards, do you batch color and make cards, or do you do one at a time? Like, I found that doing one at a time was just a waste of time, really, in the long run, because I don't want just one card. If I've sat down, pulled out all the materials, why not? I've learned that from watching videos and people posting in some of the card making groups that I'm in on Facebook. I feel like I'm a part of about 1 million Facebook groups, and so I don't get a chance to actually, I want to say enjoy the group, but I don't get a chance to truly engage with a lot of the people in the group, because the algorithm that Facebook has doesn't even show you the most recent post. I had tried to figure out how to get it set up like that. They said the old Facebook, before they upgraded it or changed it or whatever, you could do that, but not now, the way they have it set up. So you have to go in and just do like some type of keystrokes or whatever. So I don't see the most recent post from the people in the groups that I'm in, it kind of just shows a random post. Like I saw a post from someone from December, and I had never seen it before. I'm like, what? How is this, how is this possible? It's just so much to not care about, honestly, that I just, I'm like, okay, well, if I need to find something, I'll just use the search function and see. Because most of the groups I'm in are in, for help to learn how to use materials or figure things out. So I'll just type in help. Like I wanted to do something and I typed it in and see if they had posted anything about it, and they hadn't. And then I posed a question and someone's like, I was thinking the exact same thing. So it's good to ask questions. Definitely use search. Like, I'm not sure if you heard of Nextdoor. It's like a neighborhood app. It's like Facebook, but less anonymity and a little bit more messier. So someone posted something about a notary, and I was like, are you really serious? I'm thinking that, are you really serious that you're posting that question? Because banks do notaries for free. Not everyone has a bank account, I know that, but I responded because someone's like, yeah, we'll charge you this, this, and this. And then someone posted, if someone's saying they'll charge you, they're a lie. They can't do that according to Texas law, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no one needs that this morning like that. It's easier ways to say things than it is the way that, it's being said sometimes. It's a lot easier. And sometimes if you don't have anything good to say, don't say it. Just like keep it moving. You don't have to say it. Like, that's one thing that I have learned as I've gotten older. Just because I'm thinking it doesn't mean it needs to be said. So, I try not to say it. For the most part, I don't, unless it's something that I can't ignore. And a lot of things are easily ignorable. A lot of things. You may think that they're not, but they definitely are ignorable. So anyway, I just posted a comment. I said, if you have a bank, and if you can wait till tomorrow, because it's the weekend right now, you can contact your bank and see. And I just did a copy and paste, which I did a Google search from to see, because I could have sworn, most banks, if you have a bank account, they have a notary. And true and sure enough, it said, that was what the search came. I'm going to color her necklace silver. Sometimes these little details can be so detailed. But this just looks like the person took a circle and made circles all the way around, and I'm just making like a scribble line. And I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with this little ruffles, and I think I'm just going to make them silver as well, versus trying to color it a color. I figure, why not give it some shine. And if you use gel pens, that they come out and they're still a little bit wet, so you have to be careful with that. And I did choose the sparkly gel pens that I own, not just the plain color ones, because I did want to give it some sparkle. I am torn with this hair. If you've noticed, some of the girls have different, they have 2 different skin tones. And I just wanted to make it all the same color to be easy for me. But I am torn. I'm thinking I'm going to give her yellow hair, because I think it would look cute with yellow hair. But then I want to give all of them just brown hair. So I think I'm going to just do brown, because there's a lot of brown-haired girls in the world. Not everyone has to have yellow hair, right? And I have black hair. I have some brown or red highlights that are natural. And now I'm starting to get white highlights. Some of you caught that, I'm sure. When I lived in Connecticut and my mother was sick, this is before she passed away. It was January and she was sick. I found a teeny tiny gray hair on my head. Because for the most part, even though stuff kind of gets on my nerves, I don't let a lot of stuff like super stress me out. Or I didn't before she passed away, I guess. Because my mom was my rock. You know, she's crazy. You know, my upbringing was, some of it was questionable. Some of her actions were questionable. I always knew that, you know, my mom, if I needed to figure out how to make potato salad, I can call her. If I couldn't figure out what ingredient was missing and she was there, she would taste it and be like, you need to put another egg in this because it's going to be dry. You know, so she was my rock. But when she was in the hospital, she had her knee replaced and it went downhill from there. I got a gray hair. And so I showed my coworker, the one that I made the birthday, the get well card for. And she was like, oh, you're a silver-haired fox now. I thought that was so funny. I was like, really? Really? It was just so funny that she said that. I don't know if I got offended or just thought it was so cute. Because, I don't want to be a silver-haired fox. When you think of silver-haired fox, you think of old. Not like 60. You think of like old people. Old people. But, when you get older and you start to mature, you realize that age is relative. It's not important. It's how you feel mentally and physically that really determines what and how your day is going to go. Like, I am in excruciating pain right now. The weather is changing. And so it's causing me to have... This weather is crazy. One day it's hot. I mean, I'm in Texas already, so the weather is crazy here anyway. One day it's hot and then it's cold. Then it's raining and it's hot and then it's cold. And that's like in a matter of 20, 30 minutes that it's like that. So, it's rough. So, the way I look, when I look at the temperature and it says it's 45 degrees outside and we get in the car and we drive for about 30 minutes. Then it's 60 degrees outside. I'm like, what in the world? Why? Why? It's so icky, as the little roommate says. Oh, that's icky, Mommy. I don't like that. I don't like broccoli. I'm like, yes, you do. It's delicious. He's like, delicious? I'm like, yes, it's so yummy. He still don't eat it though. We had mixed vegetables, rice and broccoli and chicken a few nights ago. And he was eating the green beans, which were in the mixed vegetable mix. And he was like, is this broccoli? I was like, that's not broccoli. That's a green bean. He's like, delicious. So he ate, it was broccoli. No, it was green beans, sweet peas, corn, and carrots. A vegetable mix, as I stated. And then the rice had carrots and broccoli chopped in it. So he ate all of the green beans and sweet peas. He left. That tapping helps this, whatever stopping the pen from flowing, it helps it to work itself back out. He left the carrots and corn. Normally he eats all his corn. So I don't know. I guess his little taste buds are exploring. I need them to be less exploratory and more consumptionary, right? I need to be consumed. This pen's gonna make me mad. Did you get a chance to, this is from last year, go to Hobby Lobby when they had, if you have a Hobby Lobby near you, I know not everyone as a Hobby Lobby. But for those people that have Hobby Lobbies, did you get a chance to go and get a lot of the items that was on clearance? It's a lot of Hobby Lobbies here. I wonder how many are in Oklahoma, because I think that's where it's based at. But it's so close to Texas. I feel like a Hobby Lobby is from Texas, just like Michael's, you know, Irving, Texas. But they have these markers that I'm using now. A lot of my products, my tools and stuff, does come from Hobby Lobby, unless it's cheaper at the big box store with a coupon. Excuse me, Tuesday Morning. And I got, you know, these from Tuesday Morning. This I actually got from Hobby Lobby. But I'm noticing that some of the products that they're selling at Tuesday Morning is more expensive than going to the big box store. So I think these markers are selling for $10 versus the $20 price tag that they have on them from Hobby Lobby. But, you know, Hobby Lobby put 75% off all of their products at one point that they were trying to get rid of. So, and you know, everybody was doing Hobby Lobby hauls. The thing is, Hobby Lobby, unless it's I think a smaller thing, they usually have like 2 or 3 of those things in quantity. So if you didn't show up the day that they clearanced them, you're not gonna get it. You know, everybody was like, I haven't found it. Yeah, you probably won't find it, because they only put 2 or 3 items in stock at a time. I guess that's good. You know, Hobby Lobby usually has some of the newer things. They usually have newer things versus Michael's or Joann. So, like, I know they have the 3D embossing folders from Tim Holtz, and they have some Crafters Companion stuff. They even have the Easy Foam Mount case and the foam itself. And they have some of the newer dies that I've seen at Hobby Lobby. And I don't think I've ever seen any Crafters Companion stuff in store at Joann. They do have Crafters Companion items online, of course. Online is easy. You know, they have a big giant warehouse. They don't have to worry about shipping and stuff to different store locations. But it would be nice to be able to walk in the store and get what you're looking for versus ordering online and waiting a week or two. Because, you know, sometimes Joann shipping can be questionable. But I've gotten everything that I've ever ordered from Joann Fabric. I think the little roommate is awake. Yep. So I'm going to end this video after I color this little girl's hair. Good morning, son. And I will pick back up tomorrow. What does Tommy Lee Jones say? Mañana. So I will pick back up tomorrow. So I'm just going to leave this here. But if you got a chance to get some of the deals and you have a Tuesday Morning near you, what do you think about some of the prices? Like, I bought something from Michael's that Tuesday Morning was selling for $20, and I think I got for $10, you know, with a coupon and all that stuff. But $10, you know, I can get 2 of the things that they're selling for $1 at Tuesday Morning. I'm coloring. You want to color too? All right, well, we're going to color as soon as we get ready. Okay, so I want to say thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this coloring, chatting video. So this is how it's looking so far, and here are the comparisons of the little girls. I wanted to keep it exactly the same. The only thing that's different is the skin tone.
Mommy, I thought you were for red.
Oh, okay, thank you. You got me a Borat. All right, so until next time, happy crafting.